Tragedy in Central Florida.
A man, a woman, and an infant in the mother's arms.
As a former Marine wearing body armor is accused of shooting 4 people. As COVID surges in states with low vaccination rates, including ours,
got to get everyone to as high a level of protection as possible.
Hospitals are facing a shortage of ICU beds. And road hazard.
I pulled up and I'm like, is that really a tree in the middle of the road?
A man using a banana tree as part of a protest over potholes. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Sorachi.
And I'm Danelle Dukin. Today's Tuesday, September 7th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
With the unofficial end to summer behind us, the medical community prepares for its fall fight against COVID-19. A grim milestone this morning as the U.S. surpasses 40 million total cases since the start of the pandemic.
The network's Valeria Venturini has what medical experts believe is ahead.
COVID-19 cases continue to climb, especially here in South Florida. Some hospitals are collapsed, even facing a shortage of ICU beds.
Experts are encouraging all citizens to get vaccinated.
You're going to be in a situation where you're going to have to make some very tough choices.
According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, nearly 80% of ICU beds are in use across the country, almost a third of which are occupied by COVID patients.
The emergency department is full and the hospital is full. We're unable to place many patients.
And children continue to be affected by this virus as well, with many occupying hospitals and emergency rooms in states with lower vaccination rates. FIU infectious diseases specialist Dr. Aileen Marty insists on the importance of being fully vaccinated.
Got to get everyone to as high a level of protection as possible.
Many people who received the Moderna vaccine are concerned with its third booster, but experts say they're still looking at data to approve it. Reporting in Broward County for the South Florida Media Network, Valeria Venturini.
In a rare public display, healthcare workers in Cuba are pushing back at the regime over COVID as doctors struggle with shortages of medicine and critical supplies. Hospitals in Cuba have started running low on beds and oxygen. Now some doctors are taking an unprecedented step in using social media to criticize the Cuban government's handling of the pandemic.
There are complaints about lack of medicine, he said, but they are less than the complaints of mistreatment, of neglect, or that doctors don't make visits. That's incredible.
During a visit last month to a province hard hit by COVID, Cuba's prime minister said healthcare workers there had committed errors and were undisciplined. More than 36 doctors and nurses have posted videos to social media saying the government's pandemic response is failing.
Despite the COVID surge, Cuba this morning is finalizing plans to reopen its borders in November. Cuba state-run media saying yesterday that the nation would start to reopen its borders beginning mid-November. Despite hospitals struggling with a spike of COVID cases for a majority of the pandemic, Cuba was closed to visitors, crippling the tourism industry there.
A former Marine in Lakeland is accused of killing 4 people, including a baby. The network's Christopher Gomez reports from the control center. But first, we must warn you, the details in the following report are disturbing.
He's evil in the flesh. He was a rabid animal.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd is talking about this man, 33-year-old Brian Riley, an ex-Marine who is now charged with killing 4 people in a horrific pre-dawn shooting.
It was just, it's continuous, pop, 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 pop.
It happened about 4:30 in the morning Sunday at this house in Lakeland, Florida.
In the main house, we discovered a man, a woman, and an infant in the mother's arms, all shot to death.
Authorities say the baby boy was just 3 months old. Also dead, the baby's 62-year-old grandmother, who was hiding in her closet in another house on the property. The family dog, also shot and killed. When deputies arrived, there was a shootout. Windows and doors were left riddled with bullet holes.
He was a coward.
Investigators say the suspect was wearing body armor but surrendered after he was shot. That's when police went inside and discovered the bloody scene, along with an 11-year-old girl who had been shot multiple times but is expected to recover. The sheriff says there does not appear to be any connection between the shooter and his victims. He says the suspect told him he was a survivalist and high on meth. The suspect served in Iraq and Afghanistan and was a designated sharpshooter. His girlfriend told investigators the suspect recently started to believe he was communicating with God and suffering from PTSD. The suspect is currently being held on bond at the Polk County Jail. He has not entered a plea yet. Governor DeSantis and the Attorney General will be speaking later on today about the incident. In the Control Center, Christopher Gomez, South Florida Media Network.
A family is mourning today after a young mother who went missing over the weekend was found in the Okeechobee Canal in Martin County. The suspect in her death appeared in court yesterday. 23-year-old parent Dameron was last seen with 45-year-old Eric Westergaard, who officials say was a family friend. Upon investigation, detectives arrested and charged Westergaard with first-degree murder. After his hearing, he was held without bond. The young mom leaves behind her infant son.
Later today, President Biden will tour the devastation caused by the remnants of Hurricane Ida in New York and New Jersey. The president approved a federal disaster relief for 5 New York counties and 6 New Jersey counties. Hurricane Ida's destruction has left at least 57 people dead and 4 people are still missing in the eastern United States.
Mixing ancient holy days with modern technology as some Rosh Hashanah services in South Florida go virtual.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
And I took 2 takes. I was like, what is this? This is how we fix holes in Southwest Florida.
Potholes on 1 Fort Myers Street are becoming a growing problem. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Pothole makeover. This road in Fort Myers is well known locally for its problem.
And residents may have found an interesting way to address it. There's the banana tree in the middle of the road. Residents speculate that the tree has been planted in the pothole as protest.
I pulled up and I'm like, is that really a tree in the middle of the road?
And I took 2 takes. I was like, what is this?
Me and my wife instantly just started laughing.
This is how we fix holes in Southwest Florida.
Despite the rain, the tree stayed in place. However, cars driving down the road had to keep an eye out and swerve around the tree. Now it's up to the private owner of the road to fix the problem.
In year 2 of the pandemic, people of the Jewish faith begin welcoming in Rosh Hashanah, but just a little differently. A synagogue in Boca Raton is going virtual to protect its congregation. About 80% of the synagogues in Palm Beach County are offering a virtual option with an in-person experience to celebrate Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, which began last night at sunset. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solate.
And I'm Danelle Dukin. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.